Ken's the recycle dude. He's the guy that you see everywhere. He's like running around town in his truck with all the stuff on it, picking up the recycle. He's the recycle dude.
I don't know how he keeps all that stuff on there, but
what he's doing is not an easy way to make a living.
He works really hard for himself, I tell you what.
One of the hardest working people in Humboldt County.
He is the hardest working man in Humboldt County.
He works some days, I'm sure, 16 to 18 hours a day. He's just incredible, just tenacious.
My name is Ken Kyle. The name of my business is Redwood Recycling, and I recycle for 100 businesses in the area. 10 years ago, a company in Eureka was buying cardboard for 10 cents a pound. So I went out and started recycling cardboard and had a couple of days where I made $104 and a couple of days where I made $98. Most of my money goes back into the business, you know, and it took me 6 or 7 years to figure that out. And so I'm driven by the publicity here, by people looking at me, by people, you know, waving to me, by people smiling at me, and by people looking at the load on my truck at times. So they see me jump out and you know, grab the recycling, and a conversation strikes up, and usually it's a friendly conversation. Always it is. So. I think that there are others that possibly burn as much calories as I do on a daily basis, but year in and year out, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and on a yearly basis, I don't believe there's anybody that will work through a storm like I will. Guys, I'm going to dive in and swim now. If there's a challenge or an issue or something like that, an obstacle that's pressing, something that's you know, at my mind, something that is a challenge in some way, something that is difficult, something that seems difficult for that day, I can dive in that water, swim around the buoy, and it's clearer. Everything becomes simplified or easy, and it's clear what I've got to do as a solution to that challenge, and that's a big part of it.
My name is Ben Winker. I work with the Arcata Community Recycling Center in Arcata. When I started working here almost 3.5 years ago, I met Ken because he was this incredible recycler. And so he would come in with his truck and his bags hanging off the sides, and he was just such a character that, you know, we couldn't not know who he was. And he was a great person to meet, and really, really friendly, really nice guy.
What I try to think about when I'm working is focusing on my values. One of them is tactfulness, and that is acute sensitivity to what is proper and appropriate in dealing with other people, including the ability to speak or act without offending. And I'm thinking of that, and I'm thinking of sensitivity to business owners, and respect to customers, and courtesy to their right-of-way. I'm dealing with the public right up front, so I'm trying to focus on those things. Another one of my rules is to stop at all stop signs, but sensitivity to business owners, and respect and courtesy to customers right-of-way, and then to be tactful in these situations, dealing with these people, so that I don't offend them.
You see the truck. everywhere. So it's sort of like almost a mythological symbol of Humboldt County, the blue recycle truck with all the stuff hanging off of it.
I have 4 Nissans, I've got 3 trailers, I've got a 3/4 ton Chevy, and I have a Blazer. And 4 of those vehicles have extra spring work done on them, done by a blacksmith, so that they're capable of taking off that all society offers to me. I've got 2, one's has a canopy and the other is going to have a canopy on it soon. And they're sleepers. I can work through rougher weather and kind of have a house on the bed. I can work a long day and sleep where I'm at.
My name is Alice Pitt, and I work at the Philly Cheesesteak Shop Arcata. I met Kenny actually in a bar in Old Town one day. I think that's a tough living, man. He works really hard for himself. I tell you what, I have a lot of respect for that guy. And he's always coming in talking about how much exercise he does outside of that. So that even is just mind-boggling to me. He tells us, oh, I did like 500 push-ups, and goes off about it. It's hilarious.
Last night after I did my crunches, I was empty. I went up to Chin Chin. They were locked. So I went into the Whalers, and he had about 2.5 55-gallon drums. I was like, Lordy, I got up onto that real fast. It was all sorted. I went into Brogie's. He had 3 55-gallon drums of glass. I was like, mercy me. Shot up to La Costa. He had about a garbage can of glass. That was it. The recycling for that day was over.
When you realize your life could be something special, how could you let it run amok and slip away? I'm not trying to do that anymore. I'm gonna reach down and do what I can be for. Ask yourself the simplest of questions. Please pick yourself not to forget the gift that you have. Command yourself for seeking out the most in perception. Open up and see that you dance a possibility.
I want the things that millionaires have. You know, I want those things, and hey, whether I get them or not, I'm going to still adhere to my values, which are sensitivity, courtesy, honesty. That those things come ahead of whatever I could have, of the things I could have. I'll adhere to my values, be happy in the pursuit of my goals. You know, swimming and stuff like that. And hey, if those things don't happen, hey, I'm going to be happy about things. I'd be happy about all these things happening, and you know, continue on.